Hey, Casey here at Universal Ostrich Farms in Edgewood, British Columbia. Haven't done an update. I haven't been posting a ton the last little bit where people are coming out of shock for sure. The shock's wearing off, the grief is setting in, dealing with the horrors of what happened here and behind me almost 2 weeks ago now. So it's been interesting. It's quieter around here. People are kind of coming out of shell shock. We are working on some stuff though. Actually today I reported that Katie and Karen had their charges dropped. That was the information we got. That was the information they had, but it turns out that wasn't really the case. They were charged. So the way things work, police, if there's enough, I guess, evidence, police lay charges, and then that goes to the Crown. I believe it's the Crown. And then the Crown decides how to proceed and if they're going to pursue it or whatnot. In this case, I guess there was some confusion. The Crown didn't have stuff ready or submitted yet, so they weren't ready for the court date. But the charges were not dropped. They haven't, I don't think they've decided if they're going forward or not yet, but they have quite a bit of time to decide on that. They could be, who knows, could be working on trying to jam them up for other stuff. They could be trying to avoid some very unfortunate stuff getting on the record. They could be trying to figure out their next move. It's hard to really say there, but the long story short is that the charges are not dropped, and actually Katie and Karen went today to get fingerprinted. So they had to go through, not only were they arrested for feeding their animals, the day after CFIA provided a letter to them, an email saying they could feed the animals, then told them again verbally that day, that email I believe is public, and then told them that day, the next day, verbally, that they could feed their animals, lured them into the back field behind me here, sent in 8 to 10 officers to arrest them. So, yeah, there's that part. Other stuff I'm working on, probably tomorrow I should have it all ready, but I'm going to start recording and collecting witness testimonials. People's experience, people who experienced the trauma here, the night of the slaughter. I'm going to have I'm going to do some in person here with people, so I'm going to start recording those. But also what we're going to have is the form, basically, that you can fill out online. So if this affected you or traumatized you, or you having a personal experience about this, whether you were there that night, I think those ones are very important. But also there's a few other types of people that have been severely affected. So, you know, if you've been to the farm, if you've been following this, people who've been at the farm but weren't here, and watched it on live stream, those people were severely affected or watched it after. I've talked to numerous people who had been here before and were watching on the live stream and are still traumatized. And not only that, people who had never been here, or people who had never, maybe people who had been following were more affected, but those people, they were getting traumatized in real time watching live feeds. So I think there's a lot of reasons that it's important to collect this information. One, for evidence, to record this stuff and get people's impressions out and in a timely manner, and get their information so that later on, for legal purposes, for whatever reason that could be used, I think is very important. It also is going to help, I think, people in the process of trauma and grieving, to share your story, to be able to say what you experienced, I think would be helpful to people. I'm cat running behind me. I'm happy to sit down with anyone or arrange online interviews. We'll have a forum where people can write their written testimonials, a place where they could upload a video, and if people want to contact me and do that more directly, I'd be happy to facilitate that. So I'll have that coming tomorrow. I'll share the links, and the farm, I'm sure, will have them, and we'll share all that out. But I think that's an incredibly important step. It'll help people deal with their trauma. I think when people start sharing stories, more and more people will share their experiences. And we need the world to see. We need the powers that be to see how they've affected the people. Most importantly, we need to see the people to see how the government has messed with everyone. So that's quite important. What else going on? Oh, Saturday, farmers protest, I guess, is taking place nationwide. That's a separate thing from this farm. The farm is not involved with that in organizing or planning or anything like that. But I do think it kind of stemmed from what has been done on this farm. And what happened here has lit a spark, and that spark has lit a fire, and that fire is going to spread. So there's the farmers protest. I'm not exactly sure what my plans are yet. I think I might be headed to Kelowna, so it should be an interesting day. this doesn't affect, this certainly affects this farm and farmers, but this is indicative of a much, much larger issue. Property rights are at stake. This farm with the now upside down Canadian flag, which I was never a huge fan of, but I think is very fitting in this case. This is an unrelated adjacent property that was seized. The people here were terrorized. The property was destroyed. And that was only to facilitate a mass slaughter here in the dark behind me. If they can do that to this farm or someone's property, they could do that for anything, and not just the CFIA. What other bureaucracy could call in the armed paramilitary wing of the government? Get the RCMP as their own personal army, basically. So there's a lot of broader implications for sure here. That's why this is such a big deal. That's why it's hitting. It's almost apolitical. People come at me, right wing this, right? Well, it's not a left wing, right wing issue. It's a rights issue, a property rights issue. It's a human rights issue, animal rights issue. It's about good versus bad, good versus evil, really. And that's why it's bringing in so many people, and that's why the government and everyone else is so pissed off. So, on the note of the shouldn't call it that, the farmers' protest. Mike Rood. Mike and I have been separated a little bit. His truck, as many of you will know, had a bit of issues. It's been in Calgary for a while. There is great news on that front. We thought it was going to be weeks before we get the truck back. Mike got a call. The truck is fixed and ready to go. He is flying to Calgary in the morning, and he will be back here hopefully tomorrow night or here or somewhere around here with Bob Smith. Man, that's going to be good. So I'll reconnect with Mike either tomorrow or Saturday. Mike will have Bob Smith. It's an integral part of this operation, obviously. It fits the dogs, carries the Portraits of Honor, carries the Sound of Remembrance guitar. Mike and I were originally planning to leave quite a while ago, before Remembrance Day, and make it back to Ottawa for some big ceremonies, the Sound of Remembrance, the usual stuff, and then Beechwood and some stuff. And we made the choice was easier for me. But Mike made that very difficult choice to stay here and capture that footage that's been seen by hundreds of millions of people. May have changed everything. So Mike made that choice. He chose others over himself, sacrificed again as he always has. But it'll be really awesome to see Mike. And I don't know, we still got some stuff to do here, but when we are done, Mike and I are going to finish that trip. We're going to drive back across the country, maybe from Vancouver back to Ottawa, in Bob Smith, make some stops along the way, and we're going to finish this mission, and then the second part of the mission, and then Mike's mission. All the missions continue. So, and even when we leave here, our work supporting this farm and this family and all the people who have given so much here will not be over. We will still fight for you. There's going to be lots more coming, and I will get that stuff out about that's really important to me. So I'll do my absolute best to get those forms out by tomorrow. Hopefully you guys can share them widely. Anyone who's been affected by this, we want to hear from you. If people want to reach out and arrange to talk to me, I can arrange to do some of these testimonials over StreamYard or Zoom or something. We can record them and we can figure it out. But that's something that's important to me. I think it will help people. I think it'll help spread the word of what happened here. I think it'll help people heal. I think it'll put pressure on the government. This has been done. So many Canadians have been hurt here. The family here is absolutely devastated. The supporters are devastated. I'm still devastated. I barely slept in days. I think I slept woke up at 8 this morning. I never slept 8 hours in my life. I went back to bed for 4 hours, and so it's been tough. It's been tough on everyone, and starting to talk about it, sharing will help with that healing, but it will also help in the accountability and justice phase, and that's the phase we're moving into. It's not going to be quick, and it's not going to be as glamorous as high stakes and crazy as some of this other stuff, but it's so important, so important. So please stay engaged, share. When you see the thing tomorrow, share it to your friends. If someone's been personally affected, please share it to them, and we'll make sure to document all of this for history, for legal reasons, and to help. So I'll have lots more coming soon. I think I'm back on. I know what the mission is. I know what I'm doing. We are done here. JC from Edgewood out.